when Bukayo had the injury, you were going to kind of look at it to see maybe what was underlying. I just wondered, did you get that? Have you looked at it?
Yeah.
Is there anything, what's the
Everything. Yeah, believe me, we looked at everything, and what's in our size were the things that we can predict better, tweak, and improve. And there is a lot of randomness in an injury that we don't know. And sometimes I've been with a player that I wanted to put the finger into something that it was very clear, and then I realized 3 months later that he had a problem with his wife, or he didn't sleep, or his kid for 3 days, and then he got injured. And I said, I've been scratching my head for 1 month trying to do that, and then I found out that this was the real reason. It's a lot of factors we're trying to control, dominate, and be aware of what we can predict. But then, unfortunately, this is sport, football, and life, and it's not that easy.
with him? Is there anything underlying it, or do you think?
Well, there was a few things, and as well, it was a very specific action. We have 3 very similar actions with 3 injuries, 2 groins and 1 hamstring, which is, there is a push when people are trying to accelerate. So to replicate that in training, especially when you play every 3 days, is very, very difficult. But there is a program to try to reproduce things like that, even if they are not at the highest level, like in football matches.
You mentioned off the field sort of stuff. I remember, I think it was Giggs who he got some of the players to change the car seats because they were affecting the hamstring as well. I remember some years ago. Have you looked at that? That sounds a bit crazy, but have you looked at that sort of things as well?
I can look at that, but for example, Gabriel gets injured, and a lot of people will say, okay, he comes from Brazil and does that. But Gabi had to change 50 meters backwards against Adama Traoré. Gabi Magalhães, for example, when he got injured in his hamstring, he had to track 50 meters backwards, and the one he was chasing was Adama Traoré. If instead of Adama Traoré, that was Emil, with all respect, probably he doesn't pull his hamstring, because the last time he went to 33, 34 kilometers an hour was 6 weeks ago. So he didn't have any exposure there. Can I train that there? I think I can't. But the game can take you to these circumstances. And maybe before that, you had to do 2 very explosive actions, or maybe none. And that's the moment where the muscle and a tendon reacts or not.
Because on that, you say you can't replicate it. Is there a way? Can you try and push them harder to try and replicate that in a game? Like the kind of from standing start to the full power?
Yeah.
Could you try and...
The thing is that you have to replicate all the previous actions. You have to replicate the emotion, the stress level, your cortisol level, your mental state, the result. Impossible. You can replicate the specific action, but that doesn't mean that you are replicating the context. Yeah, I can replicate to go and say, I predict that these shares are going to go up 3%. That's great. But would you put the money real, or you go online and do it? It's very different.
And it's his 200th appearance, Saka. He's only 133 away from breaking the all-time Arsenal Premier League record, which is from Ray Barr. I mean, pretty close.
Yeah.
Without 80 plays.
130, how much is it? 38?
133.
33 minutes. It's a lot, but I mean, the numbers that Bukayo has at his age are already astronomical, so that's great.
But do you think it's because he's only 24 and players now are so young that for players to play 600, 700, 800 games of their career, it's going to become the norm?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If they can sustain that level and still they are so professional like bees and so reliable, they will reach those figures for sure.
And finally to John.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Thomas Tuchel's left Jude Bellingham out of his England squad because he says he's just coming back from injury. He's brought Bukayo back and he hasn't finished the game yet. Are you concerned that maybe he should have been left out as well just because he's come back from injury?
No, because Bukayo played, he played 45 against City, they played Port Vale, 60, 70, and 90 plays. He's played 4 games now, and he's a really good place, and he's available for the national team.
Tuchel also said that with Miles Lewis-Skelly, that although he was full of praise for him as a person, he said if he doesn't play, then he's going to be left out of the squad. Is that, obviously, you've got your...
That's pressure for me.
Yeah,
Thanks, Thomas. Hopefully he plays a lot and he plays at the level that he's been playing with us, and he can enjoy the national team and the World Cup.
But is that something you ever think about or can ever think
For sure, because I want the best for my players, and having the chance to play in a World Cup is something that I don't want to take out from anybody, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you.